Have you ever wondered what happens when animals encounter unexpected opponents in the wild? The natural world is an arena of constant change and unpredictability, and nowhere is this more evident than in the interactions between different species. The animal kingdom is a wild opera, a symphony of survival and instinct, and sometimes, the notes that get played are truly unexpected. Picture this: a group of hyenas, those cunning scavengers of the savannah, circling a solitary lion. The odds seem stacked against the king of the jungle, right? But wait, the lion roars, its sound echoing across the plains, and in an instant the hyenas scatter. The lion, despite being outnumbered, emerges victorious. Or take a moment to consider the humble honey badger. This small creature is often underestimated due to its size. But did you know that honey badgers are known to stand their ground against larger predators like lions and leopards? Their tenacity and ferocity are legendary, earning them a reputation as one of the most fearless animals in the wild. And who can forget the classic showdown between the mongoose and the cobra? The cobra, one of the most venomous snakes in the world, seems like an obvious winner. But the mongoose, with its lightning-fast reflexes and resistance to snake venom, often proves to be a formidable foe. These unexpected encounters remind us that in nature, size doesn't always equate to power, and numbers don't always guarantee victory. It's a world where the unexpected becomes the norm, where the underdog can triumph, and where survival hinges on adaptability and courage. These surprising confrontations are not just battles, they are stories of resilience, courage, and the indomitable spirit of survival. They are testament to the fact that in the wild, every day is a fight, and every encounter is a lesson in survival. So, are you ready to explore some of these unexpected battles in greater detail? Are you prepared to witness the unexpected, the surprising, and the downright astounding? If so, buckle up because we're about to dive into some of the most surprising animal encounters ever recorded. Imagine a small, seemingly harmless creature standing up to a predator many times its size. In the wild, the laws of nature dictate that the strong prey on the weak, the big dominate the small. But sometimes, these laws are challenged in the most unexpected ways. Picture this: a tiny squirrel, a creature often seen scampering nervously in the shadow of towering trees, frozen in place as it locks eyes with a fox, a predator known for its cunning and agility. Here we have a classic David versus Goliath scenario, but in the context of the animal kingdom. At first glance, the odds appear to be heavily stacked against the squirrel. It's a fraction of the fox's size, and it lacks the sharp teeth and claws that make the fox such a formidable hunter. But what the squirrel lacks in physical strength, it makes up for with courage and tenacity. As the fox inches closer, the squirrel stands its ground, its tiny heart pounding like a drum in its chest. It's a tense standoff, a battle of wills that transcends the physical. The squirrel's eyes, wide and alert, never leave the fox. It's a silent declaration of defiance, a refusal to be just another meal. And then, in a surprising turn of events, the squirrel charges at the fox. Yes, you heard that right. Our tiny hero, instead of running away, chooses to fight. It's a daring move, one that catches the fox off guard. This isn't the easy meal the fox had anticipated. It's a challenge. The fox, taken aback, hesitates. In the wild, hesitation could mean the difference between life and death, and in this instance, it gives the squirrel the precious seconds it needs to scamper up the nearest tree, out of the fox's reach. The fox, outsmarted by its supposed prey, skulks away, its tail between its legs. And there you have it, folks. The squirrel, our tiny hero, defied the odds and stood up to a predator many times its size. It's a testament to the spirit of survival, a reminder that bravery isn't measured in size or strength, but in the courage to stand your ground when the odds are against you. Size isn't everything, as our tiny hero has just proven. Birds are known for their grace and beauty, but have you ever considered their combat skills? Just when you think you've seen it all, nature throws a curveball. Let's take a journey to an ordinary suburban neighborhood where an extraordinary encounter took place. Picture this: a dog, let's call him Max, was lounging in his backyard basking in the midday sun. Then, out of nowhere, a crow swoops down, instantly shattering the peace. Now, Max, being a curious canine, decides to investigate, not knowing he's about to face off with one of nature's slyest creatures. The crow, let's name him Charlie, is no ordinary bird. Charlie, like his fellow crows, is known for his intelligence, craftiness, and quick thinking. Max, with his tail wagging, bounds towards Charlie, perhaps thinking he's found a new playmate. But Charlie has other plans. With a swift flap of his wings, he takes to the air just out of Max's reach. Max jumps, barks, and chases, but Charlie is always a beat ahead, leading Max on a wild goose chase. Or should we say, a wild crow chase. What Max doesn't know is that Charlie is an expert at aerial acrobatics. He darts left, then right, then swoops down, always keeping just out of Max's grasp. It's a game of cat and mouse, or rather dog and bird, and Charlie is clearly winning. Just when Max is about to give up, Charlie swoops down one last time, this time landing on a high fence. Max, panting and worn out, can only watch as Charlie caws triumphantly from his perch. The message is clear: this is Charlie's domain, and Max is just a visitor. This encounter serves as a reminder of the incredible intelligence and quick thinking of birds. They may not have the size or strength of their land-based counterparts, but they have something far more important: the ability to outmaneuver and outsmart their opponents with their flight skills and sharp beaks. So, next time you see a bird soaring through the sky, remember this story. Birds are not just creatures of grace and beauty, they're also masters of strategy and survival. Never underestimate the power of flight and a sharp beak. The ocean is a world of its own, full of mysteries and unexpected confrontations. Imagine, if you will, a seemingly harmless marine creature like an octopus, minding its own business in the vast blue expanse. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered by the ominous presence of a much larger and fiercer predator, a shark. The shark, with its razor-sharp teeth and powerful streamlined body, is a formidable foe. It's a predator that has been honed by evolution to be an efficient killing machine. It's easy to think that the octopus doesn't stand a chance. But as we're about to see, the ocean is full of surprises. You see, our octopus friend is not as defenseless as it might appear. To start with, it's a master of disguise. Thanks to special cells called chromatophores in its skin, it can change color and texture in the blink of an eye, blending seamlessly with its surroundings. An incredible evolutionary trick that can confuse even the sharpest of predators. But that's not all. When threatened, the octopus can release a cloud of ink, a smokescreen that not only obscures vision but also interferes with the predator's sense of smell and taste. It's like a magician's disappearing act but under the sea, and if all else fails, the octopus has a final trick up its sleeve. It's a boneless creature, meaning it can contort and squeeze its body through tight spaces, making a swift escape when cornered. So, as our shark closes in, the octopus changes color, becoming one with the ocean floor. The shark, confused, circles around, but the octopus is gone, vanished into a cloud of ink. And when the shark finally clears the murky veil, all it finds is an empty expanse of sand. The octopus, meanwhile, has slipped away, having outsmarted its formidable adversary. In the deep blue sea, it's not always the biggest fish that wins the battle. So what have we learned from these unexpected animal encounters? Well, for starters, we've discovered that the animal kingdom is full of surprises. From the most unexpected battles to the tiniest of heroes, each story has shown us that nature is anything but predictable. Our journey began with a series of unexpected battles. Animals, big and small, found themselves in situations where they had to defend their territory, their young, or simply their pride. Whether it was a mongoose facing off a cobra or a squirrel outsmarting a snake, these interactions reminded us that bravery isn't about size, but about the will to fight. Next, we met the tiny hero who proved that courage isn't a matter of size. This tiny creature, despite its small stature, was able to outwit and outmaneuver its much larger adversary. It showed us that even the smallest amongst us can make a significant impact when we stand our ground. Our journey then led us to the skies, where we witnessed the avian surprise. Birds, known for their beauty and grace, showed us a different side of their nature. They demonstrated that they are not just capable of flight and song, but also of defending themselves when the situation demands. This tale reiterated that every creature has a strength that lies beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to shine. Finally, we delved beneath the water's surface for the underwater showdown. Here, in the depths of the ocean, we saw creatures that are often overlooked, showing us that they too can hold their own in a face-off. This encounter taught us that life beneath the waves is just as unpredictable and full of surprises as life on land. In conclusion, these stories have all served to remind us that the animal kingdom is a place of constant surprises. Whether on land, in the air, or underwater, animals have the courage and resilience to face any challenge that comes their way, no matter how big or small they may be. Next time you watch an animal, remember that there's more to them than meets the eye. They might just surprise you in a face-off.